Kuanshan Tzu Chi Hospital provides home care services to seniors and physically challenged people. We'll look at why a low percentage of hearing impaired people use hearing aids. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In Taiwan, seniors who are above 65 years old take up more than 15% of the population. Since 2017, Kuanshan Tzu Chi Hospital complies with government's long-term care policy to provide home care services. These nursing aides in home care help bathe the seniors, cook meals, do household chores, and accompany them to the hospital.
出发上山去，这个是这个村庄里面的 最高点。阿伯，咱先去洗身躯，给我看的啦。啊对啦，来预备起，喂下，好来，咱先洗哈。我姓郭，名字叫杨娇。
My name is Kuanshan Tzu, and I'm a nursing aide in home care. I have been doing the job for 17 to 18 years.
1、2、1、2，技能3，来。
我开始就病落去安尼，来看。
来哦，该啉来一个哈，会生哈。
给我洗一个灶骹啦，煮一个饭啊。
来，去，好哦，好来。
Sister Yang Zhao has been a nursing aide in home care for more than 10 years. She is very stable in serving people. In addition, she has a lot of experiences. In fact, the regulation states that nursing aides in home care can only do what it is within the service range. However, she often buys things for the seniors doing extra service.
洗过了，那个对重点部位没洗。
27-year-old Hu Wenhao is young, but he has nearly 10 years of experience in home care.
那我先冲。
For him, being a nursing aide is more than a job. It is work that helps people.
因为他是原本是家中经济。
He was the main breadwinner in the family. Now that he has fallen ill, the two seniors do farming. The oldest son is only 18 years old. I go and assist this family. When I am there, they can take a break. For 1 to 2 hours, they can do whatever they want to do. We are very worried when we have to help bathe him. My child is very heavy. I cannot carry him. Wenhao is able to carry him. He has strength. That is the reason Wenhao is very good.
Since 2017, seeing how elderly population is increasing, Kuanshan Tzu Chi Hospital complies with the government's long-term care policy and started providing long-term care services.
今天有鉴定一个年轻人啊，他大概37岁，然后他是右侧的脑中风这样子。
The hospital provides home care services so that families in need can apply for the service. Nursing aides in home care can go to families and provide services, including caring for their bodies, doing household chores, and providing mental support.
会这样想是因为我们大概 Our tribes also similar situations. Most of the young people are not staying at home. They leave it behind the seniors. We can help take care of the seniors, so the young people can feel at ease working away from home.
在外面好好的打拼。
In Taichung, city volunteer Lin Xiufeng has experienced an unhappy marriage. In the past, she spent much time playing and drinking alcohol, but could not find true happiness. 25 years ago, she heard Master Cheng Yen's teachings and realized that she was wasting her life. Then she dedicated herself to volunteer services. Dressed fashionably with heavy makeup, Lin Xiufeng used to sing and drink alcohol with customers at karaoke 5 days a week when she was young.
Back then, I liked to dress up. I spent more than $1,000 on buying clothes. I drank so much alcohol that I do not know how I was able to help my customers put their hair.
Her hairstyling work was affected. Back then, Lin Xiufeng, who spent much time playing and drinking alcohol, did not find happiness. She lost her life direction after her divorce. She felt lost until she listened to Dharma Master Cheng Yen's teachings.
It's better to have a generous heart than a spacious dwelling. This phrase has touched my heart. I donate money I saved to buy a house.
Having donated $1 million NT to Tzu Chi, Lin Xiufeng no longer pursues wealth. She wants to nurture her blessing and wisdom and accumulate her merits.
We recycling volunteers do not only to do recycling diligently, we also attend study clubs. I remodeled my hairstyling studio into a study club venue and invited recycling volunteers to study. Everyone studied diligently.
Lin Xiufeng has felt wealthy spiritually, and her smile makes her more beautiful than before.
My hairstyling studio is my cultivation ground. Every customer is a potential Tzu Chi donating members I want to recruit.
In the past, you invited me to make donations. It has been 30 years. I feel very good about doing good deeds.
Trim, pick, and simple, Lin Xiufeng has upheld her initial aspiration and realized that leading a simple life makes her more down to earth. After typhoon struck in the Philippines, Tzu Chi has launched work for relief program to help the affected residents. 1,600 people joined the program.
The home is affected. The people are suffering. Every shovel in their hands is an effort to the path of recovery. After typhoons struck in the Philippines, where is home for the residents? The broken tricycle is the shelter of Maker Noble.
My neighbors allowed me to park my rickshaw near the covered areas. My neighbors are very kind, and they would ask me to come inside their homes to be more comfortable and warm.
The brick house, which is lower than the road, is naturally filled with the mud and water. In the post-disaster cleaning, Jovi Romers was not alone.
It felt great that city volunteers and my neighbors helped us clean the mud. My husband and I were afraid that we might catch malaria and dengue fever if the water accumulates. But now with city's help now, I don't have to worry at all.
In Brankenaka, 1,600 people participated in a water relief program to clean up the streets. Everyone worked hard, not only for the villagers, but also for themselves.
If we have to leave the cleanup effort to the employees of my office, it might not be completed until December. It's nice to have everyone when there is a shortage of staff.
With the manpower and large machinery, the main road can be restored, and every household is no longer wet and muddy. Everyone has worked hard for a day and received 1,000 pesos. Their gratitude gives them strength to rebuild their homes.
This year, the Diwali is held on December 14th, and due to the pandemic, social activities were restricted. Despite that, the traditional culture and positive energy displayed in different ways.
Diwali means light winning against the darkness, a festival celebrating the good winning over the evil. Although this isn't the New Year for Indians, but the ways of celebration is very similar to the Chinese New Year.
We do visit each other's houses during Diwali. So to make the entrance attractive, Rangoli is made, which is a colorful design. Main purpose is to welcome Goddess Lakshmi so that she feels nice to enter the house and hence prosperity comes to their houses. But in other ways also, the guests look at it and are welcomed into the houses because the colorful designs of the Rangoli give good vibrations and set the entry, at the entrance, the people's mood is set in a right way before entering the house.
Vibrant colors and careful details, these elements fuse into mythic traditional singing and dance, creating a happy mood during the festival.
We want to make joy, right? We want to make celebration. So we usually dance, we sing, then we light up oil lamps in the house. If I'm happy, my energy happy, then I will send this good feeling to everyone to bring the happiness up in the world. Yeah. Start with me.
Diwali in Singapore has already become a festival that is shared across multiple ethnicities. Although generations go on, things remain unchanged by the passing on of a tradition and the collective minds of an ethnic group.
This year, distribution during Diwali by city volunteers in Singapore are forced to change. Before the joyful festival arrives, volunteers prepare online programs, hoping that they may celebrate the festival with care recipients.
In order to follow the COVID prevention measures, gatherings are not recommended as volunteers now visit care recipients online. Through a video call and a program, volunteers celebrate a joyful festival with care recipients.
Due to the pandemic this year, we cannot do as we did before, but we also wanted to bring our sincerity to the care recipients. So we thought to do this via online video calls, and through this, we can celebrate this important festival with our care recipients.
Breaking the barriers of space and distance through meetings online, visiting volunteers have prepared surprises for Tzu Chi care recipients.
No, with my husband's going in July, there's not going to be any celebrations. My husband attended last year's celebration and he loved the passing of the light. And this year he's not here. Thank you for coming. I just want to thank all my brothers and sisters for their support.
Praying and passing on lights, representing the welcoming of light, while celebrating Diwali, everyone hoped that the pandemic may come to an end.
The World Health Organization estimates that around 2/3 of people over the age of 70 have hearing loss, but less than 10% wear hearing aids. The same is true for Taiwan. One reason is the high cost. Another reason is that hearing aids make the sound less realistic. Fortunately, many innovations are coming.
它会从这里面给你不同频率的声音。当你有听到不同频率的声音，你帮我压手上的按钮，压一下，放开。
If you want to test your hearing, go to a professional group to help you carry out a test and find the answer.
您现在测试出来，右边是27分贝，最小能听到的声音，那左边是18分贝。
The results of my hearing test have been revealed. As long as I can hear sound above 30 decibels means that my hearing is healthy.
How did someone decide that 30 decibels is healthy hearing? This is probably because it is the volume of whispers. If you can't hear them, this could be a sign of hearing loss.
In Taiwan, the population over 65 years old is about 3.5 million. In this group, there are about 1.1 million people with hearing impairment, but the population wearing hearing aids is less than 200,000.
Not only in Taiwan but elsewhere, as the World Health Organization estimates that about 2/3 of people over the age of 70 are hearing impaired, but less than 10% wear hearing aids. The hearing crisis has caused trouble regarding the social life of many people.
When my wife talked to me, it was very difficult for me to hear. She said it once, and I couldn't hear it. When I asked her once more, she would ignore my words.
Why is the adoption of hearing aids so sluggish? It may be because they're expensive and not easy to use. But sometimes important sounds are filtered out.
It costs money. I didn't want to buy one. My friends bought it for $1,700 US. And if you need a pair, then it's about $3,000 US. They want me to spend $3,000 US on it, but I think it's better to buy an iPhone.
Mainstream hearing aid technology uses noise reduction technology to filter out background noise, but sometimes important sounds are filtered out.
I've only emphasized noise reduction. The noise I reduce will be low frequency. As a result of reducing the low frequency, I can't hear the high frequency. Then I reduce the low frequency again. This time, it'll be very difficult to hear.
There's a new breakthrough in the field of vocal amplification technology when it comes to hearing aids. It's quite rare to encounter this technology both domestically and internationally.
We regard it as a voice print that is useful for the user. During the listening process, the hearing aid wearer can be more focused on listening to content of the speaker.
Vocal amplification is a program that can separate the human voice from a noisy environment. By raising the volume and not filtering noise, the advantage is that the sound is clear and undistorted.
For example, the sound of a car horn or this alarm bell. If it is completely filtered out as background noise, this may be impractical in daily life.
The hearing aid can work with Apple's iPhone, no matter which generation, to directly control our hearing aid, and even listen to music and make calls directly.
Hearing aids can offer a wide range of functions. Putting it bluntly, many companies want to make the market bigger. At the moment, domestic hearing aid sales are still controlled by major foreign medical manufacturers, and the prices are too much for most people.
Hearing aids are mostly imported. There are some manufacturers in Taiwan, but they are mostly OEM suppliers for foreign manufacturers.
Facing the overwhelming advantages of major foreign manufacturers, Wu Zixian is the only domestic hearing aid manufacturer with his own brand. He found Chen Bairu, a developer of sound technology, as the two collaborate for the first time on a project. One in charge of hardware and the other provides core technology to inject soul into hearing aids.
In fact, sound is very random and always changing. This is something where software can allow users to learn more about their environment.
Technology is cold, but through customization, hearing aids can become more human, allowing hearing impaired people a chance to hear the world again.
The global GPS leader Garment Company set up a recycling point at company 16 years ago. A team of 12 recycling volunteers are still there to recycle packaging plastics.
They are a group of people who became rejuvenated after doing cycling. Tzu volunteer Huang Yongsu, after leaving his work at 5 in the evening, reports to Garmin on time to start his another job of doing recycling all year round.
During office hours, there are more vehicles coming in and out, but between 5 and 7 o'clock after office hours, there are not so many vehicles, so I come twice every week to collect these recyclables in this period.
Garmin set up a Tzu recycling point as early as 16 years ago. The recycling volunteers demonstrated a stooped manner in doing recycling to 2,000 employees.
In 2005, I retired from Taiwan Railways Administration. After I retired, I came to Tzu Chi to work immediately. I didn't lose my job after retirement. I still have work to do, even though I'm old.
Because of doing recycling, some people still lead a happy life after retirement, while some regain their health at the recycling station after having an operation on the knees.
If you can do more, you'll get more. Don't think that it's time wasting. You never know when you will not be able to do it.
In the Garmin production line, the largest collection of recyclables are these transparent packaging plastic bags, as well as various packing tapes and plastic boxes. The 12 volunteers from Xizhi, New Taipei City, uphold the spirit of saving the earth and bend down to do recycling, raising awareness of environmental protection.
In Malaysia, a retired teacher started to collect recyclables in his community with his wife since 2017. In the beginning, some neighbors misunderstood his motive for doing recycling. However, he persevered with the work, and now people respect him for safeguarding the environment. Walking on the streets, the couple are the best recycling partners. However, in the beginning, their neighbors did not support their recycling mission.
My friends told me people say I'm a teacher and I'm doing recycling for charity purpose. However, some people do not believe it. How will people who have enough to eat pick up garbage?
Nearly 4 years have passed, and many people have come to respect this couple for their work.
Right, they are doing a difficult job. These are very heavy. I am grateful to him. After all, we need people to spend their time and sacrifice their image to do the work. Look, some people said that the garbage collector is here, but in fact, he is doing recycling. I'm very grateful to him.
Currently, Tan Shun-hin and his wife are not the only ones working at the recycling point.
He does recycling without getting paid. After we collect this garbage, we can turn them into gold.
If Brother Songhui does the work by himself, he cannot do as much. Now that I have time and the ability, I should help out.
Now the community residents have been carrying out recycling as part of their daily routine. As Malaysia implements movement restriction order, city volunteers continue to make protective gowns for medical personnel. Let's take a look. As the pandemic becomes more serious again, 9 areas in Malaysia, including Penang, are implementing movement restriction orders once more.
Now I'm transporting the unfinished protective gowns to Sister Kim Tiang.
During the movement restriction period, city volunteer Kang Ko Pen, who is in charge of transporting protective gowns in Nabon Tabo, is still traveling on the road to help safeguarding the medical personnel.
My job is to transport the items. Due to the third rise of the pandemic, we cannot travel across state. This is Nibong Tebao. I just deliver the items here. The master has said that we should be happy to do and willing to bear. I hope the pandemic will be over soon.
65-year-old city volunteer Chen Kim Tian uses the sewing machine agilely. It is hard to tell that she has suffered a stroke before.
As I step on the machine pedal, my feet will become numb occasionally. It does not take a long time to make a protective gown. It takes half an hour. These protective gowns are for doctors who save patients. We are very blessed that Tzu Chi has given us the opportunity to help out. We are very grateful. May the pandemic be over soon. May all the people in the world be safe.
As the frontline medical personnel battle against COVID-19, city volunteers are doing what they can to protect the medical staff, hoping that the pandemic ends soon. All aspects of life have been affected by the pandemic, including donations to blood banks. The Indonesian City Bangtan Liaison Office organized a blood donation drive.
The outdoor space of the Jingsa Hall, a simple shed with folding beds, has become a mobile blood donation station for 5 hours.
This is the first time I've come to Tzu Chi to donate blood. It is very different from the blood donation station where I went before. The doctors and volunteers here are very kind. They also followed the epidemic prevention regulations very rigorously. When I first came in, my mask did not meet the regulations, and I immediately put on a new medical mask.
Red Cross noted that blood supply was critically low as the Indonesian Batam Liaison Office rushed to provide assistance despite the epidemic.
I want to say that we reached the goal of 100 bags of donated blood. I'm very grateful, as of course, the more the better. In the end, 120 blood bags were donated. At least you can help Batam Red Cross in its blood supply needs this week.
After the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of blood donors decreased. Before, when we did a blood donation drive, we could receive 2,000 bags of donated blood, but during the epidemic, we have great gratitude to the blood donors.
Every cc of donated blood will flow to another person. Thanks to Tzu Chi, during the epidemic, the distribution of much-needed love will not be interrupted.
In the Philippines, city volunteers continue their post-typhoon disaster relief work. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.